What's going on, Gotchi Flexers? I am extremely excited to share this video with all of you. Some of you know I've been teasing it a bit on Twitter and in the Aavegotchi Discord. So I've been working on this for a little bit over a week now, getting responses together, and finally got around to recording it. So what I've done here is I've reached out to a few members of the Aavegotchi community, members, leaders of other Gotchi gangs, and even some developers, basically to ask them a simple question. And that question is, why do you love Aavegotchi? I believe that the answers to this question are going to help illustrate how amazing this community and the product as a whole really are. And my hope with this video is that those of you that are maybe on the outside looking in or on the fence about whether or not you want to get involved and go ahead and make a purchase for an Aavegotchi, my hope is that after watching this, you will go ahead and make that jump, because I think it's well worth it. And I think some of the responses you'll see in this video will verify what I'm saying, that it is well worth it. So the DAO will be voting on Haunt 2 and the Gotchiverse Realm light paper. I'm sorry, the Gotchiverse light paper was just released recently, so I don't think there could be a better time to release a video like this. And I will be linking the social media and YouTube channels associated with everyone who contributed a response for me, so that way you know where you can find them. And I'll probably thank you guys multiple times during the course of this video, but I can't thank you all enough, those of you that responded. Without you guys, this video obviously wouldn't be possible, so thank you guys so much. Really means a lot. I appreciate it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So what I've done is I've screenshotted every response that I got, and I'm going to go ahead and just go through them and read them, and then I'll have some closing remarks at the end. So leading us off is none other than, skip ahead. Leading us off is none other than the CEO of Pixelcraft Studios, Coder Dan. So Coder Dan's response to my question was, what I love most about Aavegotchi? Hard to choose, really, but if I had to pick a few, it would be our amazing community, the fact that Gotchis are 100% on-chain, and all the DAO activity that's happening around Aavegotchis. And I'm just going to go, like I said, I'm going to just read them one by one, and I'll have some comments at the end. So Choina says, I love that Aavegotchi has an amazing team that are so in touch with their community. They listen to the community and launched on Polygon, respond to literally every communication or question, keep us all constantly updated, and run everything by the community so we all feel a part of the decision-making process. Monster RNG says, I love Aavegotchi because it's like its own little universe that we're all building together. Devs are always highly responsive to feedback, and the community is full of friendly players that are always eager to help newbies. Wow, I butchered that. The future of the Gotchiverse looks bright, and I can't wait to see what the realm has in store for us. High Plains says, I love Aavegotchi as it touches almost every aspect of the modern crypto ecosystem. Artcore gave me the longest response, and he went into some great detail, so I definitely appreciate the thought from everyone, but especially Artcore for this long response to my question. Artcore says, when I read a little about Aavegotchi for my first time, I fell in love straight away. A gothic portal with the unknown souls in it. You're basically calling out the soul of the dead from the portal, and you are the summoner, the god for their souls now and beyond that will decide shall they live or shall they die. After you choose the soul, you can give it its name and a history behind that name, which will stick with this Gotchi. I got big FOMO because of it in the time back when I got in. I wasn't in pre-sales, and I didn't get big XP drops that were done before. I bought portals from the secondary market for 800 plus ghost, and Gotchis for 500 to 700 ghost each, and almost no items from raffle. The economy in the Aavegotchi ecosystem is quite strong and balanced. Somehow we have good market makers on the bazaar, and they are doing a great job. Plus, the DAO blows my mind so much. I never feel myself that engaged in any process before. The community we have is one of the best, strongest, and most supportive, most helpful, and positive that I have ever seen. I'm not an easy person to handle because I have a critical mind and it's lots of doubts in anything, so I might be a fudder in the group, or the one that takes all the rocks in the face of the spicy questions, but I never have been harassed or hated by anyone. Everyone seems quite nice and polite, or maybe I didn't consume all of the tolerance credits yet. I love Aavegotchi's game, its DAO, and our Gotchi Governors community. Moving on, we've got Coyote. Coyote is an Aavegotchi evangelist, and he is the guy you want to talk to if you're looking to create a minigame or an app on Aavegotchi. Coyote says, hey, my favorite thing about Aavegotchi is its modularity. The fact that everything exists on-chain means that anyone can create their own Aavegotchi minigames and apps. 3D Slap says, "Sup man, nice YouTube videos. I like Aavegotchi because I think it is a really good way to introduce new people to DeFi concepts while not being too volatile overall. I guess we'll test out that volatility with the new DinoSwap partnership and GAX exchange though. Also, the community is really nice and creative, and I've already made a few friends who I find it really easy to talk to." PG Andro, and I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that the way you intended. "Hey, just want to say the thing that brought me to Aavegotchi is seeing how they took every advances in the space and implemented them in the project. Hell, even their in-game token is next-gen cryptocurrency. They really went all out on the techno side of things." And now we have No Futuristic, who is the leader of the Music City Gotchi gang. He's got a YouTube channel as well, which will be linked below. And he is definitely a great follow. He's got plenty of great Aavegotchi videos. He's also got some other NFT content as well. And he does a lot of live streams. He will live stream specifically the community. I think he's live streamed a lot of the community calls, so definitely a great follow. And No Futuristic says, "I love Aavegotchi. It is my blockchain friend who is so dope. My favorite feature of Aavegotchi is that it is a financial instrument that I can play games with and earn for playing. The Aavegotchi community is also amazing to be a part of. I love the vision of the dev team and can't wait for their implementation of the Gotchiverse realm, which will usher in a new era of Web3 delight for all. Gotchi gang." And this is Aavegotchi Stats. Aavegotchi Stats is the owner of AavegotchiStats.com. I believe it's AavegotchiStats.com. I'll have it linked below regardless. Aavegotchi Stats is a tool that provides visibility into the Aavegotchi DeFi and NFT collectible game and ecosystem. You can see that right there in their Twitter description. Speaks for itself. It's a great tool, and if you remember from my previous video, they were actually also the creators of Gotchi Tower Defense. So what Aavegotchi Stats has to say to my question is, what I love most about Aavegotchi is that the dev team is building a fun play to earn game where you have full ownership of your in-game assets. And Manny says, "What I love most about Aavegotchi is that it is DeFi disguised as a game. It has a relatively stable crypto ghost and allows for opportunities to earn some yield if you are attentive." And Juice says, "I love Aavegotchi because of its powerhouse backings, bonding curve, long-term vision, most importantly because of its amazing tech hidden behind the design/style, and it acts as a natural filter to lure curious and smart people who know what they're getting into." And Juice, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he does some music. I think he did music for multiple of the Aavegotchi minigames. So definitely check him out as well. I'll have his Twitter linked in the description. And the Aavegotchi Pacific chapter is another Gotchi gang, and they say the appeal of Aavegotchi is the community-centered aspect of it. Most of the actions taken are through proposals voted on by DAO members. Anyone can become a member. This makes the Gotchiverse highly democratic. I feel it is something many societies are lacking today. Next we have Daniela, who keeps it short and sweet. She says, "I love Aavegotchi because they are so cute." And Spicebringer also keeps it short and sweet, and I chose to end this with Spicebringer on purpose because I think he sums up a little bit of what everyone was saying. Aavegotchi is what we've been waiting for. And that's all the responses I got. So as you can see, a lot of people have a lot of love for this community. We saw a lot of the same themes and some unique things as well. One common thing that I think a lot of respondents said was, talk about the community and belief and support of the devs. I can personally attest to both of those things. I mean, first of all, right here, Coder Dan taking the time out of his day to respond to something like this. I'm sure he's busy. He's got a lot going on. So they will respond to you. I mean, in Discord, they'll get back to you if you have a question. And in addition to that, the community is great. I mean, just look at this. I don't even know how many. I know it's at least 15, probably more. People just respond for no reason. I reached out to them and they got back to me. They said, sure, everyone was happy to do it. That's just one thing too. When I first started, I didn't know much about Aavegotchi and had a lot of questions, needed some help getting started. So I went into the Discord and everyone was extremely friendly. I think someone mentioned how they made friends, how everyone, Artcore, I believe it was saying how he, is kind of contrarian. He'll have spicy opinions and spicy questions, asks the hard questions, and it's really a great community. No one's going to give you hate. Everyone's willing to help. So if you're nervous and don't know what you're doing, or even know what you're doing, but they're still going to have questions, definitely join the Discord. I promise you it's a great community to be a part of. We also got a lot of comments on the innovation in the crypto, NFT, and DeFi space and technology in general. Um, Also, obviously, gaming. I mean, I'm not the most technically sound person, but I have the basic understanding of crypto. I'm learning a lot more about DeFi. NFTs, I just recently got into this past year, obviously, found out about Aavegotchi. So I'm extremely excited to be involved with this. If you're in the NFT space and you're on Twitter at all, I'm sure you see all kind of stuff, all these new communities, all these new projects coming up. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's one like Aavegotchi. I'm sure there's some that are similar, but Aavegotchi is just, in my opinion, the best of everything. It's got the great community, great games, great mini games, I should say. It's an opportunity to earn yield, an opportunity to earn rewards by playing. You have full ownership of your assets, as someone, I don't remember who it was, but someone mentioned your Aavegotchi, its wearables. You own all of that, and you earn money just for playing this game. I mean, what other game is like that? This, in my opinion, this is gonna wake people up sooner or later. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Aavegotchi, and a lot of other NFT projects are getting a ton of hype right now. And in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people within the Aavegotchi community's opinion, Aavegotchi is a sleeping giant. So again, I touch on the play to earn aspect. A lot of people mentioned that's one of my favorite things about it. It's got an active DAO. Anyone can create, as Coyote mentioned, and actually Spicebringer, who gave me the last response. I don't know if I mentioned it when I was reading his response, but if you remember from my previous video, he actually created the Aavegotchi Snake minigame. And from what I remember, he did not have any previous developing experience. So, like Coyote said, anyone can create an app or a mini game. It's something that is inviting to everyone and of all experience levels as far as developing. Daniela said that the Aavegotchis are cute. She touched on the art aspect of Aavegotchi, which a lot of NFT projects are big on art, and Aavegotchi is no exception. And then obviously, No Futuristic touched on the Gotchiverse, and I think a few other people mentioned it as well. But um, the Gotchiverse is going to be huge. If you haven't read the light paper yet, it's going to be amazing. Um, I highly recommend you check it out. I've got a video on it, and I actually think No Futuristic. Yeah, I know for a fact No Futuristic has the video on his page of the live stream of the Gotchiverse reading that was done in Twitter Spaces. So there's a lot going on with Aavegotchi. If you are on the fence, I hope this video has confirmed that you should, or I'm sorry, I hope this video has convinced you to make the jump. Haunt 2, uh, you know, is going to be voted on here soon. I have a very strong feeling that the DAO is going to go ahead and push through a Haunt 2. I hope it does, and even if it doesn't, I would strongly consider jumping in, but I do think that's going to happen. Theoretically should offer a more affordable price point for those of you looking to get in. And I really hope you guys definitely consider it and go ahead and make that jump. And again, I want to thank everyone that gave me a response for this video and everyone for watching. I love this project, just like everyone who responded did, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed if you join the Aavegotchi community. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.